How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Paper Planes channel. This is my Dark Souls 2 Ultimate walkthrough. Gonna go ahead and tap the bonfire here. We're gonna backtrack a little bit. We're gonna go to the Forest of Fallen Giants, and I want you to stop at the Cardinal Tower. We're basically gonna go into some of the area that we couldn't before until we went to the Iron Keep and got one of the keys. So now we're gonna go into that door near the boss. So you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. First, I want you to climb down this ladder. Slide all the way down. Make sure that you have your Estus Flask equipped. That would always be a good idea before entering combat. So kill these two guys first. Then I want you to walk over to this edge. You're going to switch to your ranged attack and binoculars. And then we're going to target that guy down below. And just work on him for a moment. Make your stamina come back. Target again. You can see when I'm aiming with my binoculars in this instance, I step a little bit backwards when I cast. If I wasn't using my binoculars, I would actually be stepping forward and I would fall to my death. So it's funny how that works. It seems to be different in many occasions. Sometimes you don't move at all. But so we get that easy kill from this guy. You see there we get quite a bit of souls, but it's not the souls we're after. We just want him dead and out of our way because the salamanders are really tough down there. So we're trying to fight them as cheap and easily as possible. Switch back to your shield and sword, and we're going to step on this plate here. Take the lift down below. Sorry I haven't uploaded in quite a few days for Dark Souls content. I was actually sick and I kept coughing and sneezing and hacking and just wasn't going to be good for making a video. Alright, so once you kill this guy, you're going to open this door, and as you can see here, we use the Iron Key, and that was the key that we picked up from the Iron Keep underneath that fire-breathing statue early on in a level. So if you don't know what that was, that's how we obtained it. Basically what we're going to do is switch to our casting equipment again and go back to our Great Heavy Soul Arrow. And we're going to slightly move in here and try to get the attention of just this one guy. See if we can get any shots on him first. And then he's going to come towards us and then kind of back off a little bit because his buddy off in the distance is casting spells. Well, fireballs. But he's pretty dumb, so he'll stand here and you can just whack him in the face. Now, if he lifts up for whatever reason, or you can hit him in the underbelly there, you can do a lot more damage, as you can see. So, of course, that's better for saving our spells. Now, this guy off in the distance is actually the same salamander that guards the fire-imbued longsword that we picked up way long ago. But this time, he's all up in our grill if we move out in the open. And he actually will come over here sometimes, so this is good for us. Because we'll be able to kill him just like we killed the other guy. And for whatever reason, when they're all up in your face like this, they are really stupid. I guess you can see when they back up, it's a lot easier to get them in the underbelly. So let our spell regenerate our stamina. The way that their eyes are just make them look so dumb. Alright, so we get that kill. Now we can move in here and not worry about anything in this direct area. There's going to be another salamander up to the left, up that ramp through that open cavern there. But we don't have to worry about that just yet. We can run over here and loot these items without fear. So we get 2 cracked red eye orbs. And then we come in here and we're going to scoop up this item. And this is the Rebel's Great Shield. And just to show you where we are, this is that same area I was just discussing with you, where the fire longsword is in that room to the right that we can't really see from here. So it's a little bit dark in here. If you're looking for another item, there is none, so don't worry about exploring. So we'll go to our inventory and check out what we just picked up. So it was a great shield, the Rebel's Great Shield. And we can see the stat requirement is 29 strength, so that's pretty cumbersome. but it's a great shield, so what did you expect? The Rebel's Great Shield, Shield of the Rebel Rhaim. Rhaim and Velstadt were known as the left and right arms of the king until their wills clashed and Rhaim was deemed a traitor. The Black Raven is despised as an augur of death, but it was Rhaim's favorite bird. And if you look at the stats of this item, it's really, really, really good at all kinds of magical and elemental resistance, except for physical damage reduction, which makes sense in the essence that it can't be OP or overpowered to have such high stats or attributes, I guess you would say, for this shield. But it is disappointing because, like I've said many times, I believe a great shield should at least have 90 physical damage reduction. Most of them should have 100. I mean, it's a great shield. It just doesn't make any sense to not be good in the physical damage reduction department. But it's got good stability, and like I said, the magical reduction and the other elemental reduction properties are just phenomenal. So this thing is super awesome. You could definitely use this in key moments, so it's definitely one to keep in your inventory. Assuming you have enough strength to wield it, that is. Which we do not right now, but eventually we would. Okay, so what you're going to do is approach this area to the left. You're going to go back to your binoculars, and you just kind of want to creep up here a little bit. He's going to see you, and that's okay. So what you're going to do is step out and try to get 1 or 2 shots. He will lift up and fire at you, but if you move to the left, the fireballs will pretty much hit that wall there, and then you can just repeat the process. And hopefully you have better aim than I do right there. You don't have to move too fast, so you can be a little bit methodical there. Just basically evade after he lifts up. Now obviously you don't want to do any kind of pyromancy damage to these guys. They breathe fire, so they're not going to be that soft or squishy towards fire damage. So this kind of plays out perfectly to the type of character we are. You can kill them with melee, but they have these kind of lunging attacks, which are very difficult on you. If they connect with it, it's going to knock you down, do a lot of damage, and they're probably going to follow up with the same attack before you can truly defend yourself. So it's quite difficult, and I don't suggest doing that. It plays against our strength. So we're going to scoop up some items here. We've got a large soul. Pick up this guy. A fire drake stone. That's not the first time we've got one of those. And a hawk ring. And the hawk ring is pretty sweet. I've used it in Dark Souls 1 when I did my Legolas playthrough, which was pretty fun. But just in case you don't know what it is, let's take a look-see. Where you at, baby? Oh, there it is. Alright, the hawk ring. It says it extends extends the range of arrows, which effectively is extending your bow range. A ring graced with the engraving of a hawk extends the range of arrows. Blue-eyed Durgo, the nomadic bowman, had many a valiant victory in battle, half owing to the boon of this ring. So there we go. Pretty awesome. So if you're an archer and you use archery a lot, you're going to want this ring. Now there's an item down here in the left corner. It's kind of hard to see because of the haze in this room, but pick it up, it's not trapped. The Flame Quartz Ring +1, and just like our original Flame Quartz Ring, it's just a improved, modified version. We didn't actually purchase or pick up the original Flame Quartz Ring yet, but that is to be bought. So if you were at the vendor where you could purchase that, then you could have chose to do so. I, of course, did not because we weren't going to wear it, and I knew that this one would be obtained rather easily. So once again, you don't want to spend money on certain things that you know are pretty much obsolete in the near future. Okay, so after you get that, you can basically use a homeward bone and go back to the bonfire we were just at. So that was a nice quick little loot run. We got some items that we needed to pick up. And now we're going to go to the Lost Bastille. We've got some other places to visit that we haven't checked out just yet, and I want you to visit the servants' quarters. We're basically going to the Belfry Luna, and we're going to do a boss fight with the Belfry Gargoyles. So this is going to be an interesting fight. They are quite different than they were in the first Dark Souls, and you'll see that pretty much when we get there soon. So in order to do this, we need a Pharaoh's Lockstone, and you can see the contraption here. Now obviously we have access to this area a lot sooner if we wanted to, but I chose to let this one slide a little bit so we could come back when we had a much stronger character and a much better chance to do the fight. So here we are at the Belfry Luna. Now there's going to be a bell guy here. He just allows you to enter the Covenant. We've actually done that. You can see we're in the Belfry Covenant already. If you look up in my left hand corner by my health bar, that's what my symbol is. And I joined that in a recent episode just to show you guys how that works. But so there's no point of communicating with him. But if you aren't in the Bell Covenant, then you can join here if you would like to do so. Okay, so what we're going to do is come up these stairways. There's going to be one little bell soldier here. Now, they're really easy to kill as long as you get the first hit. So come in and just start swinging. They get stunned so easily. Now, you'll see that invader thing there, but that's okay. Basically, that's an NPC invader, and it's another similar knight to the ones that you're fighting already. The only difference is he'll be red. And he's probably got a little bit more hit points. Now there's two guys up here, but only one will see you immediately. The other one is behind these boxes here, and I guess he's so short that he just doesn't come after you until you get closer. Alright, so this leads to the boss room, and even though there's a fog gate here, there's an actual closed gate contraption, and that's the whole purpose of ringing the bells in this zone. So whenever you're in a Belfry area, you need to ring the bell to access the boss room, even though there's a fog gate. So it's kind of silly that there is a fog gate. I think once you open the contraption, it should just... the same essence of the fog gate. I mean, it's kind of like a double locked door for no reason, really. So once you get up here, these guys are immediately going to attack you. And I'm going to suggest circling the area so you can get one of these guys isolated as quickly as possible. You don't want to fight them by the chest because it's wooden and they can destroy it. So after you kill one, continue to circle. Do your best to isolate. I've actually never had them throw that at me before. They will use archery though, so you got to be careful about that. So if you keep circling, eventually you're going to track down one of them, and the others will be a little bit slower to get to you. So you can see all three are clustered there, so that means the red one is probably by himself. There he is. Alright, so after you take a hit, you just want to get out of there, because that means that they're catching up to you. So this guy's all by himself. And this is kind of a bad idea. You don't want to be stuck out in the open for too long because of the archery. Oh shit, where did that one? See, those arrows are fucking crazy. There's no way that one should have hit me. Like that movie where they make the bullets bend. Oh, shit! Go! I don't know why I jumped. Okay. Heal up. I didn't intend to jump if you were wondering why that happened. Whoops. There's so much awesome tactical fighting going on right now. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a spectacle. Hey, buddy. What's doing? Ah! No. We're your friends. These guys are like Looney Tunes, I swear. Alright, so when it's just one of them, they're really easy. You can just hold your shield, draw out an attack by moving in and then backwards. And once they blow their load, essentially, then you can come in and swing away. There's really no danger for you then. You can see they do damage through your shield, but they are pretty easy. So the real danger is just getting stuck in the middle when you're fighting one of them and the 3 others are using archery and whatnot, because they do have really fast, efficient bows, so just have to be careful about that. So run around the circle here, or the square, or whatever it is, and pick up the loot. You don't want to forget any of these items here. And make sure that you grab this chest. We get 2 Radiant Life Gems and 2 Twilight Herbs. Health and magical weapon, or not weapons, but restorative items there. Here's the contraption where you ring the bell, and if you listen long enough, you'll actually hear the boss gate rising. So there it is, the sound of the boss gate. Just come down the ladder here. And of course here is the boss gate, and now it's actually open and we're able to proceed further. Now this is the Belfry Gargoyle boss fight. Basically, it's a race to do as much damage as you possibly can to kill the boss as fast as possible. And it's not a single entity, it's basically 5 of the gargoyles, but they're released on a timer basis and a damage basis. So basically when we come in there, one's gonna awaken, and then about 3 seconds later another one will awaken. So you'll be fighting 2 solo immediately, essentially. You want to kill one as quickly as possible, because once you damage it to about 70%, I believe, somewhere around there, the 3rd one will awaken. Now, of course, if you run up to the 3rd or the 4th or the 5th and you hit the gargoyles while they're still in statuesque form, they will come to life. So you do not want to be next to them swinging a melee weapon. My suggestion is to engage the first enemy as quickly as possible with your melee. You want to just spam attack and try to kill that bastard as quickly as possible. Then you're going to separate, try to get away from the first, the other guy, the other gargoyle that's alive while you're fighting the original one, and locate where the second one is spawning from. That way you can pick them off from a distance with your sorceries. You never want to be fighting 3 at a time. It can happen, and it probably will happen. But to avoid that, your best chance is to fight one that you've been damaging exclusively. So only fight one at a time. Sometimes that can be hard because they might cluster up and group together. But if you can put some range in between you and the other ones, then you can try to pick apart which gargoyle you're attacking, which has lower health, with your sorcery spells. Also, once they're down to about 50% health, they're going to start using flying flaming attacks. So it's another thing that's going to be difficult for you to do. So you want to keep range, and it plays into our build pretty well. So make sure that you have a shield with some nice stability and some good physical damage resistance as well. So what we are right now is pretty ideal for this. One thing I will say is, for the beginning of the fight, when we're using melee, you want to use your great magic weapon. So we're going to do that right now. And then we're going to switch to shield and make sure that you have the great heavy soul arrow. So I'm going to run in and run to the left, because that's where the first one's going to awaken. And just get ready to kill this guy. Alright, so now you see the second one. So let's get out of here. Heal up. You can see where the other one is. He's pretty far away, so this is a good opportunity to do some melee. And that was actually a stupid idea on my part. So now I'm stuck in this fucking corner. And I'm fucking dead. Walk through! Yes! Okay, so... and I get to look at this fucking gargoyle's face all up in my grill. Yeah, so... just like always... don't break from the plan just because you see an opening. Stick to the plan. I know I told you how to do it right, but then I'm like, oh, the guy's way over there, so I'll just go rush and do some melee instead of doing casting like I told you to. So see what happens when I don't listen to myself? I'm a great teacher, but a horrible student. Now this time we're going to grab our souls, and that's okay because the first gargoyle that comes out, he actually takes a couple seconds before you can actually damage him anyways. So we're going to do that great magic weapon. And now we'll get the great heavy soul arrow. Grab our derp souls there in the corner. You bastard! Alright, so his friend's here now. So let's back off a little bit. Get some health. Now we can separate ourselves and start picking up one of them. Okay, now you can see the other one's coming to life. So we need to make sure we kill this guy and get the hell out of here. So untarget and then separate. You want to heal when you can. Now start picking off one of them again. We should be able to kill him right now. We'll get some shots on this guy too. It's good that he's backing up. We'll be able to kill him pretty quickly. Now we need to separate. This is good. Now we can run away and heal. We'll get some good shots on this fellow. And of course, when you've got the last one, you don't need to rush anything. Don't need to take any risks. And there we go. See how easy it is if you just do what you're supposed to do? And I know a lot of you could do it better than I, and I could definitely do it better than I did there, but it's all about doing the tactic. So just because you see an opening, it's almost like Dark Souls is begging you to take it. So do not ever stray from the tactic. That's just such a bad idea. Alright, so at this point I'm just going to use my human effigy because we successfully defeated the bosses, so why not? We'll go ahead and get back to full health. And after you've looted that item that was on that corpse over there, we're going to go through this open doorway here. And we'll go down these stairs. Now you can't get back up these because you're going to do a drop down, so don't forget to loot that item before you come here. We're going to get this chest. We're going to pick up a Southern Ritual Band. Alright, and let's check it out. Now this is a caster's ring. It's going to give us more attunement slots. So the Southern Ritual Band is one of the secret treasures restored in Aldea. Raises the number of spells you may attune. This modest looking ring contains very powerful magic. To imagine what unspeakable deeds were performed to create such things, one need only recall the cruel fate of the residents of Aldea. So we're not going to wear this. It could be beneficial to us, but we don't find a need currently to have more attunement slots because we have invested in that. Excuse me, that statistic. So don't worry about that unless you absolutely need it. So we will focus on other rings like we have been. Come to this bonfire. We're going to rest and tap at it. Tap at that bonfire. And we're not going to leave just yet. We're going to go down this ladder. We're going to kill, there should be 7 doggies down there. And then there's going to be an NPC invader. So what I want you to do is slightly climb down and then come back up and use your sorceries. Now sometimes you're not going to be able to hit it with the right hand sorcery catalyst. So we're going to hold our catalyst in the left hand as well. So we've got 2 catalysts here. And I didn't actually target anything while I was on the ladder. Wasn't paying attention, so make sure that you target one that's moving There we go. And you can sometimes target the other one. Doesn't always work right there. There we go. And you don't have to do this for every single dog, but it's probably a good idea to at least do it to 4. So we'll kill this guy. He got away from us just in time. There he goes. We should be able to get him this time. No! Alright, so this guy's moving a little bit slower. This might be beneficial. Boom, 2 of them. Okay, sweet. So now we're going to go to our shield, and we can go to our sword. Go all the way down. You'll see one's coming towards us. So we're going to get invaded. And basically you want to kill the dog first. And then we can deal with this guy on our own. So you can do your sorcery if you like. You can just keep separating yourself. Good time to hit him is when he's dropping down, because he's not going to have his shield up. And you can put him in that stun lock combination right there. And it's just a great way to kill him easily. So here we go, we get the Bastille key. The Bastille key, and this is actually the key that's going to open the door to Macduff. Macduff is the blacksmith in this Lost Bastille, but we have already found a way to get to him from here by using the exploding wall trick. So that key isn't very beneficial for us in that instance, but it's also used in another area as well, which we're about to visit, and I'll show you all about that also. Let's check out the weapon that we just picked up, though. Alright, so you can see here we've got an enchanted falchion, and it's just a standard falchion with an enchantment. So you can see here there's nothing different about the item description. It's not like a rare weapon or a named weapon, so to speak. It's just a standard falchion that you can imbue that is already imbued with an enchantment. So there we go. So back out of that, and we're going to climb up this ladder and go to the bonfire. And when we get to the bonfire, we're going to stay in the Lost Bastille, but we're going to visit Strade's cell. So go to travel, go to the Lost Bastille, and there we go to Strade's cell. And there's a couple reasons we want to go here. So I kind of tried to map this all out at the same time. So if you turn the corner here and you open up this door, we have used the Bastille key that we just picked up. So we get this soul item here, and we get the petrified dragon bone, and we get 3 fire bombs. So that's pretty sweet. Then you can open this door, and basically it's just a drop down to the area below. So it's not a real benefit to have this, but you know, here it is. I mean, it's a slight shortcut to get to that area from this bonfire, I guess. Anyways, we're going to talk to Strade. And we're basically going to trade with him. And we want to get these sorceries here. So we want the soul shower. We want the heavy homing soul arrow. And we do want the toxic mist pyromancy. So that's 3 boss souls that we've traded. And I believe we've already traded a few more, so if we talk to him, we should get his armor set. Okay, so if he doesn't give you anything, that means that we haven't actually traded any other soul items with him. So we need to do 1 more, and if you trade 4 items with him, he's going to give you his armor set. So let's decide which one we could realistically use. I think that having a bow, like this Dragon Rider bow, would be beneficial because our stats are going to get to that point where we can use it. Most of the other weapons, while they're good and cool and fun to have, we probably won't utilize them enough. So this bow could be something that we could very much enjoy. So we'll go ahead and get that. And now let's go talk to him. There we go. So we've traded 4 boss souls with Strayed, and now we get the black armor set here. So leave him, and now we'll go check out his gear. So we'll go to the armor set, and you can see, where is it? It's at the very bottom, the black robe. Black robes, enchanted with resistance to magic, belonged to Strayed of Olafis. Strayed spent several lifetimes as stone. During his hiatus, kingdoms rose and fell until the land called Drangleic came to be. Now you can see here that it actually has a requirement to equip it. So 16 intelligence requirement. This is probably one of the first items, armor items, that we picked up, or that you might ever realize has a requirement like that. You can see here we're moving through a lot of the armor sets. Like this one here, Hovel's armor requires 20 strength. But if you're wearing Hovel's armor, you probably already have that anyways and might not ever realize that you needed it. So it's kind of cool. I mean, Dark Souls 1 didn't have stat requirements for armors, but for specific nice little rare armor sets, you can see here that some of them will require different stat setups. So it's obviously going to have a higher resistance to magic sorceries, and you can see that is its best resistance property there. So we can check out the rest of that armor set to see if there's any magical properties to them. So we'll go down to the bottom here, and you can see that the black hood has an improved casting speed. So now the current armor that I'm wearing actually has improved casting speed as well. So if I wanted to swap this helm for the current helm that I have, which is an item discovery helm, it would benefit my whole armor set to the type of character that we're playing. But to what extent is it really helping me if I already have 3 pieces of gear that improve my casting speed? So it's like, do you want to focus overkill on one area, or do you want to be more versatile and have better magical properties for all different types of pieces of armor? So you can mix and match armor sets to make whatever is ideal for your character. You'll kind of look goofy like we do now, but at the same time your character will benefit, and any ounce of benefit that you can squeeze out of this game will show up massively in PvP or tough instances. I mean, it can literally be the difference between life and death multiple times, and that's just the main thing and my concern. You're the only one that really sees what your character looks like unless you're playing online, so who really cares, you know what I mean? So back out, and we're going to go ahead and tap the bonfire and go to Majula. Once at Majula, we're going to talk to the Emerald Herald. I hate when she's standing over here. So let's make sure that we've given her all our Estus Flask shards, which we have. Now we can level up, and we're just going to improve our vigor. So we're going to be done with vigor and endurance for a while. Then we can improve our vitality some, and then we're going to focus on strength, and then finally to faith. So we've got some changes on the horizon where we can start using some miracles. So that'll be cool, and a different change of pace for the style of game that we're playing. Alright everybody, so that's it for this episode. I appreciate you guys checking it out. If you liked it, click that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, there's a section below to do so. And also follow me on Twitch. It's just twitch.tv/PaperPlanes channel. I'll be uploading content on Twitch, or I guess live streaming content on Twitch very soon. Specifically planning on doing the PlayStation 4 exclusive game Bloodborne, which is by FromSoft. So it's got that Dark Soul lineage type game, so I cannot wait to play that. And hopefully those of you who don't have PlayStation 4 will tune in and watch me play, and those of you that do will join me in playing and watch me there as well. So we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for visiting my channel. I know there's lots of awesome content on YouTube, and it really means a lot you chose to view my videos. I hope you enjoyed them and will join me on my other social media accounts. And of course, subscribe here to become a part of the Paper Planes channel YouTube community.